Greetings, everybody. Hey, tribe. It's Shawnnyce Nutt, the anger whisperer. I wanted to come on and start this podcast, and I don't know, maybe I can reach a couple more of y'all than I do on my other socials. So I just wanted to come on, and today will be an introduction of who I am and what it is that I actually do. So, a little background on myself. I currently own a domestic violence agency, and I've owned this agency since 2019, so about 6 years. I've been in the industry itself, though, for over 20 years. Um, it started when I was working on my master's degree. And so I'm qualified to deal with angry people. In the time that I've owned this agency, I have assessed over 3,000 clients. I do all of the intakes and assessments myself, and then the classes are taught by facilitators that I have hired. Um, so with all of that being said, I now call myself the anger whisperer, and I'll explain to you why here in just a minute. But in taking all of these people in, doing the domestic violence agency and teaching the classes and or gifting additional tools to people who may not know how to handle the rage and anger that they've come across, and they end up in court, and then they end up here with me as alternative sentencing. Um, I have listened to and counseled all of these people, um, and it's come to me that I'm not doing enough. I'm not reaching enough people. The ones that are coming to me court ordered, that's awesome. What I would like to do is be able to stop arguments from happening, stop it from happening in the first place. So I wanted to reach out to people who are struggling with anger, who anger has affected their lives in any way, with relationships, with with work, excuse me, employment, with dealing with your kids, dealing with your significant other, dealing with friends, dealing with um, anyone that you come into contact with, actually. Because in my life, as an angry woman that I was before, I attracted a lot of those things to me. A lot of anger just came my way because I would say, I live by that wish factor and I wish somebody would come say something to me. And so the universe said, okay, you ask. Your wish is my command. And so I found a lot of people coming to me, bringing things to me that didn't know me at all. I would take them personally. And I mean, I was in a whirlwind of anger for quite a long time. I don't know if anybody else knows what I'm talking about, but it was a storm that I created on my own until I decided I couldn't take it anymore. And when I made that choice, that conscious choice that I did not want to be angry anymore, my life changed for the better. Please disregard the gun in the background. Picture there behind me. That just happens to be one of my favorite movies, and it's called State of Grace because there's always a period of time when you can give yourself, when you exist in that state of grace. And The Godfather 3, because who doesn't like The Godfather? Anyway, so this is my own private domain, my office, which I call the War Department, because oftentimes I'm here at war with myself. Business, sometimes that's what happens, and that's how you ensure that you move forward successfully is by having these dialogues with yourself and with others. So anyway, they happen in the War Department. So with all of those things being said, I developed a program for anger coaching. The formula that I based everything on is conflict times reaction minus emotion equals peace. Because if we can figure out how to, one, realize that conflict comes up on a regular basis and it's all in how we react to it. There's a multiplication rule that says anything times zero becomes zero. So if we take out that reaction, if we minimize it, if we understand that um, by having no reaction, we don't need to worry about emotion, we can take that out of it as well. And then what's left is peace. So again, it's conflict times reaction minus emotion equals peace. And peace is something that we're all born with. We're born into it. Think of because birth is the most major event that happens in your lifetime to that point. So you spend 9 months in a place where you don't have to worry about how to breathe, getting any kind of sustenance, thinking any thoughts. You are just there in the perfection of the womb that you're held in. And then one day, all of a sudden, you're not. So you're ushered into a world where you have to breathe. You have to you have to let somebody know these things that are happening to you. And so we're born into it. But we come into it peacefully, even though our lives have been changed and will never go back to the way that they were. In my generation, you had to get smacked. You had to spank the baby to understand that the baby was crying, the baby's alive, that cry is a good noise, that means the baby's taking breath, and all of those things. But now, as a society, we have decided that that's not necessary. That we can be born into the peace that we maintained for those 9 months. And so when the babies are born now, they rub them and they talk to them gently, and the baby takes the first breath without having to be punished to do it. So that's the first thing. We got to understand that we're all born into peace, which means that we have peace in our existence. And all we need to understand as we go through life is how to maintain that peaceful state that we started in. I was born on the kitchen floor at home. It's on Hamilton Street in Pomona, California. And my life started out like everybody else's, but just a little different because there was no doctor in attendance. And that's a story for another day, but I just wanted to share it with you guys. And so, again, this is why I have developed the Anger Whisperer and that coaching program that reminds us all that peace is actually attainable because we all have it in us, born into it. Um, and that's, I guess I could do a little commercial for my Born into Peace publishing company because I wrote a book called What Cheese. But again, that's a story for another day. So, with the anger coaching that we're talking about now, we have managed to come up with a way to give this out free so that people who are not able to actually take or partake in the coaching experience can still get some of the information. I'm giving out life lessons and I'm giving them out free. So every second and fourth Saturday, we have a what's called the free anger coaching hour. All you have to do is come onto our website, which is angerwhisperer.com, or find us on any of the socials, TikTok, YouTube, um, LinkedIn. I don't know. I think we have Facebook too. Anyway, any of those social channels, and you'll be able to click our subscribe link, and you can leave your information with us or come into us to our contact us on our website. Again, it's angerwhisperer.com. And click on that contact information. Once I have your information, I will shoot you out the email that states that has the link for the Zoom meetings that are available on that second and fourth Saturday. And also, we have a newsletter, which I'm very excited about because the newsletter is not just your average newsletter where you get a simple thing and you look at it and it tells you what's going on and gives you some ideas. Our newsletter is more interactive. So every day you get a new prompt on how to make sure that you're understanding your piece, maintaining it, and walking in it on a regular basis. All right. So, with that being said, again, click on our subscribe button. And my tagline is find me where you go, click the link, stay in the know, because I want to make sure that you guys get all the information that you can, because my goal is to change people's lives one peaceful activity at a time. What if we never had another argument again? What if arguing wasn't something that's in your repertoire? And instead, it's just all about peace and how to walk the path of least resistance. All right. So for that, you'll go through the 12 weeks of anger coaching with me, but we'll talk about it. These are all things that we're going to come to because walking in that path changes your life. It was life changing for me. You have to understand that not everything is worth the battle that you set in front of yourself. All right. So with that, y'all, I'm going to say good afternoon and I'll see you on the other side. Talk to you guys soon. Everybody have a blessed day.